Fright Power, cunts. AP the Frog here, and welcome to CNN, the Cunt News Network. And because Schmeckle wanted this done right, he wants somebody to come in here and do a good fucking job for once. He got me, AP the Frog, to host the show. Now, you might be looking at the panel to my left, the people that are here with me, and you might be asking yourself, who the fuck are these fucking people? And you know what? You are right to be asking yourself that, and that is why I'm going to allow them the dignity to introduce themselves tonight. Starting first, the lady with the live cam. Introduce yourself to the audience and tell them what you'll be talking about tonight.
All right. My name is Lady Thorn. I do horror narrations and other little things on my channel, and sometimes make...
Excuse me, Lady Thorn, did you say you do horror narrations?
horror.
So fake orgasms and shit on the phone. You're one of those, you called 1-900... right? Is that what we're hearing?
One extra R, I believe.
Excuse me, sir, we have not introduced you yet. We'll get to you in just a moment. Sit down, strange dolphin man.
There's
now,
an
lady,
extra R in there. It's more like ambience and stories.
Can we get an orgasm sound before we go any further?
No.
Okay, then let's go further anyway. Continue introducing yourself.
Well, like I said, I have my little narration channel, and it's just my little corner of the internet. I am on Twitter entirely too much, so you can follow me at Lady of Misrule. That's Lady with an I, of with a 0. I'll put it in the chat. I'm going to be talking about various forms of internet drama. It's been a shitty year so far.
2018, so far, we're here on the 6th, and you already have a full segment for internet drama. Captivating. And you, strange dolphin person, sitting to my left, who the fuck are you and why the fuck are you here on CNN, the Cunt News Network, my new show?
Hello, my name is Dolphin Radio, and I'll be discussing business and economics, stuff that I'm sure all of you are terribly interested in. You can go to my personal channel and check out my stream of weird, bizarre, and completely unrelated videos.
Bizarre and unrelated. That is exactly what we were looking for in your intro. Now, can we get an orgasm sound out of you, cunt? A much better sport than Lady Thorn over here.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
Is there more?
And I'm done.
All hail Blue Whale, and all hail the marine mammals who are out there just trying to get that nut. And welcome everybody joining us in the chat. I see Irate Prostates out there joining us. Outlaw Bear Dogs out there with the Fry Power joining us. I see Jacob Navo is out there saying hello to Irate Prostate. Call the Liches joining us tonight. Rosa the Angry Unicorn, good to see you out there. Vincent Vader joining once again. That's for my personal crew. Sit down up front, Vincent. We got some good fake news coming for you tonight. Some good real news and some business advice. Business advice from our man Dolphin Radio over here. The only dolphin that you'll find holding a purple martini. Did you get that from Aiden Paladin? Did you steal your purple martini from Aiden Paladin? She'll fuck you up. I'm friends with her. I might have to take that back from you. Did you do it? And you got Schmeckle's hat. How many people have you been stealing from?
That was a gift from my friend Samaj.
Oh yeah, so all the hosts that were supposed to be here tonight and aren't here tonight just gifted you all of their swag. You got Schmeckle's hat. You got Aiden's martini there. I see you've got a cigar. Who'd you steal that from? Sargon?
No, that was from Castro.
From Castro.
Yes.
So well, the only good thing to come out of Cuba was the cigars, and failure accomplished. So yeah. I think that I can let that one go. Well, it's good to be here with everybody tonight. Let's kick off tonight's bullshits here with Lady Thorn, who was going to tell us more about Twitter drama and online bullshits this week. Lady, take it away. Lady, you have to take it away. Lady Thorn has gone into a trance. She is...
Take it away.
I believe Lady Thorn is turning into a robot.
Apparently, we are witnessing a mutation live. Right
Robot
here.
stocks are on the rise as they take over humans across the world.
Well, in case something like this happened, I did bring along a couple of news stories. Are you back? Are you with us? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
It appears you're making your way back to us, Lady Thorn.
Come to the light.
Come towards the light. Come away from the undead portal from which you spewed yourself. Come back.
Drop and rejoin.
It appears she's dead. It appears she has died. So,
My internet has up.
Lady Thorne, can you hear us?
F5, Lady Thorne.
Press F to pay your respects to Lady Thorne. However, in Phuket, Thailand this week, there was a very interesting occurrence, something you don't see every day. A naked American tourist was wrestled to the ground at the airport after reportedly overdosing on Viagra and strolling around butt naked with a hard on. This is real news. This happened in Thailand. Now, see, you would think that he would have gotten that boner out of him, but with all that ladyboy fucking that you do when you go to Thailand. Not me, you. Not me, you, Dolphin, you. Right? I heard the way you orgasm. So listen. Steve,
I just gotta ask, isn't it called Fuck It?
I know it's Phuket. Phuket, Thailand. It's spelled Fuck It, Thailand. That's a secret. That's that secret code of where you go and pick up your ladyboy hookers. Now, you're not supposed to be telling those secrets to the audience. I don't want them becoming degenerates just because you're a degenerate, Dolphin Radio. You can't be passing that thing along. You see what happened to you? Did you see what happened to Adam Worski? He had a white supremacist on. Now there's a giant Nazi uprising in America. You start telling people where to find ladyboys. You keep this shit up. It's a slippery slope, my friend. Steve Cho is said to have wandered through the departure hall of Phuket International Airport in Thailand, destroying goods and yelling incoherently before throwing his own feces at staff and terrified members of the public. The 27-year-old from New York was eventually stopped by 6 security guards and airport staff before being arrested by the airport's tourist police at 11:30. Apparently they have a police force just for tourists on Thursday night.
I didn't know that syphilis worked that fast.
I'm not sure if it was syphilis. They say it was an overdose of Viagra that did this to him, is the official story.
How many Viagras does it take?
I don't know. Enough to cause a shameful display because onlooker Wani Ming, 28, Wani Ming says, "It was the scariest and the most disgusting thing I ever saw at an airport." And that's a bitch who flies to Asian airports. She knows what she's talking about. "I stayed away from the man in case he attacked anybody." The airport staff tried to make him calm down. They were talking to him, but he ignored him. Oh, I'm supposed to still be doing this in the girl voice. "It was very bad. The airport did a good job to control him." Mr. Cho reportedly told police he had taken too many sex drugs. He apologized for the outburst and agreed to pay all damages.
Good.
Lady Thorne, much better. Mr. Cho was then taken to the local police station.
I apologize.
We accept your apology. Before officers sent him to a nearby hospital for medical checks and a routine psychiatric assessment. Dolphin Radio, do you believe that he did the honorable thing? He said, "I'm sorry, I took too many sex drugs. I'll pay for the damage." And the cops apparently said, "Hey, that's all we ask here in Thailand is you fork over a couple shekels for which you broke." And they sent him off for a routine psych assessment. I assume that means as long as he doesn't say he's going to kill himself, they'll let him go. He can come back to America.
I think it's great. I think it's beautiful. I think that that's the kind of justice system that we need here in America, where you can just go wank it all over everybody. And at the
What
end
was
of the
his
day,
crime?
It's a $200 fine.
I mean, imagine maybe he was panicking because Lady Thorne, a guy took too much Viagra and lost his fucking mind in Thailand and started running through an airport naked, throwing shit at people, and we're trying to figure out why.
I mean, like, you gotta imagine, you see the woman swimming in the lagoon and you're like, "Bitch, I got my dick out. I got my dick out. Come on, I got my dick out."
I figure maybe something, his dick blew up too big and he was panicking and he shit himself and he was just showing people, "No, I really am scared. Look, this is my shit. Help me." He didn't speak the language.
It's like, that's like a psychiatric thing, isn't it? That's like a thing in psychiatric hospitals, stopping people from smearing shit on the walls. So I can understand that they might think there's something wrong here.
And apparently he had the money to pay for it. He was willing to pay for everything. They just let him go. They sent him to the hospital for a routine psychiatric checkup and medical checks to make sure his dick was going to be okay. Because obviously with that much Viagra, you're going to hurt your dick. One way or another, you're going to hurt your dick.
And apparently the psychiatric evaluation came back that enough blood was still going to his head and his head.
That could have been the problem. Could have been the problem. What do you think, Lady Thorne?
Too much to the little head, not enough to the too much to the little head up here.
She says too much to the
The blood
robot
went to the
Thorne.
wrong head.
Robot Thorn agrees that too much blood to the little head, not enough to the big head. And I think, for one, I salute you, Steve Cho, for showing Thailand what real degeneracy is about. That's good old American degeneracy. Thailand's like, come over here, fuck the ladyboys and the little children. Steve Cho said no. He got there for women. He took his Viagra and he found nothing but ladyboys and children. And he said he had enough of this shit. I'm smearing crap all over your fucking airport. And that's why they had to let him go. What are you going to say to that guy? He was doing the right thing, right?
Right.
Lady Thorn, please fill us in on what's going on in internet drama, Twitter bullshits, and internet dramas this week.
All right, take two. I turned my bandwidth way the hell down, so hopefully you guys can hear me.
It's actually very bad, but we'll keep trying. Let's force that connection by sending this data from your voice. Your voice is power, Lady Thorn.
All right. Based Mama and her volunteer counterpart, Sister Danger, thus far have proven unable to remain completely transparent, and something that started out with good intentions has turned into an absolute clusterfuck involving various people throwing one another under various forms of public transportation. It's become a gore version of planes, trains, and automobiles. Never attribute to malice what can adequately be explained by incompetence. That age-old adage can pretty much sum up the entire saga of the Kilroy event. We have promises of certain YouTubers showing up, using their popularity and fan base to raise money for the event, only to have those peakers slowly whittled completely away from said event like so much sawdust on the floor of a carpenter's workshop. And we have the general opaqueness of the planning and handling of funds for the event, including spending more for security for this small event than the Chicago Auto Show at McCormick Place. Then came an NDA and a non-compete that both confused many involved, and yet more people to drop out and distance themselves from it. The legal contract is with Base Mama at one point claiming it was to protect the ex-Muslims attending the event from violence by leftist protest groups like Antifa who might show up. This convention is supposed to be about free speech, mildly ironic, and causing computing forever to finally drop from the project.
Now, Lady Thorn, do you believe that Antifa would have showed up to stop Based Mama?
I mean, like Kilroy in general.
So there was a concern that some anti-free speech protesters might show up in a place where, I mean, I'm just wondering how that would go. A bunch of YouTubers with cameras, like that's not a good look, Antifa. You do not want that many YouTubers with cameras in their hands focusing on you. And I have another question for you. Lady Thorn, you mentioned how it's been a very trying time, let's say, for Based Mama and Sister Danger, and we can attribute the fall of this convention to incompetence, not malice at this point. I think it's been proven it's not. No one was trying to steal money. It just was kind of incompetence. Do you think if a man were the one that was organizing the event, it would not only still be on, but it would be considered maybe the greatest success in convention history?
No, I think it basically has nothing to do with general business acumen or any business acumen.
Did you say? I'm sorry, you broke up. Did you say
even the tiniest bit?
Genital business.
General business.
Got you, guys. I'm sorry, you were breaking up. Dolphin, back me up. I'm not bullshitting.
She was. It did sound like genital.
That wasn't me making a joke. It did sound like that.
No, it did sound like genital.
I believe you.
Well,
issues all night, so.
Oh, well, we forgive the issues, but I mean, so you don't think that if a man had headed this thing up, they would probably be doing a lot better right now, and this was all just due to bickering incompetence between two middle-aged soccer moms?
Danger middle-aged? I don't know.
She looks middle-aged.
That lady type.
No, she's younger than that.
She looks middle-aged to me. That is my perception of her. She's
like 26.
Wow! Are you serious?
Yeah, she smokes a lot.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I smoke a lot too, but I don't look like I'm fucked.
Yeah, but you're a man.
A lot.
I don't look like
Does she smoke?
I know, but you're a man.
elderly Native American, man. Like,
You know that we have 102
She
people
smoked a
watching
case
and
a day.
only 33 likes.
God damn it, I can't have that. That would Stephen Blackman would be throwing a fit right now if he knew that there were only 33 likes to 101 watching. If we could please get a Stephen Blackman approved ratio out there, that would be great. That'd be
Yes,
great.
Or even dislikes, you know?
Yeah, you
gotta
don't want to
like-
know what happens when we don't get a Stephen Blackman approved ratio. It's terrible. He takes out the hose. Bad shit happens. Okay, just whatever you do, please hit it. Thank you. I see 15 of you have done that. Thank you so fucking much. I don't know why these people are here with me either, guys. I don't know why, but please show them that even with these fucking losers on stage with me doing the news, that you'll still go ahead and give up the Stephen Blackman approved ratio. Please, Lady Thorn, go on with your story.
I'm doing my best. No
I
problem.
love you, Lady
The
Thorn.
internet's fucking me right now, though.
You're doing a great job.
As of right. Thanks much. As of right now, around 100 people have demanded refunds from Kilroy, which is the likely cause of the associated PayPal account being completely locked, because 100 refunds at once will fucking do that. The fate of Kilroy seems increasingly sealed, and it may, in fact, be effectively dead. Much like Liz Reptile's $1,000 bird. Anybody remember that? Yeah, the bird's dead. Rest in peace, Suds. The $1,000 pigeon.
She ate that fucking
Where do I
bird.
go from here?
Nah, man, she started.
That was
she smoked some of that good shit, man. And that real, that hard, that street crack. She got some of that in her system.
Everybody, can we have a moment of silence for Suds? We need a
Hell
moment of silence
no,
for
fuck Suds. Fuck Suds.
Okay, that's long enough.
Fuck your bird, Liz. Fuck your bird. I'll piss on your dead bird's grave, Liz.
AP.
What?
AP, it's not Suds' fault.
You're like 1/100th of my
It's not
size.
Sud's
I'll
fault.
eat you.
What? Did I go too far?
You went
I'm
too
sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Lady
Chris.
Thorn,
I mean, it's
please.
just a pigeon.
far. Stop it.
So Kilroy at this point, they've gotten 100 refund requests because that's as many as PayPal will allow you to have before they shut your account down and can no longer process refunds. And at this point, there is no contingency plan. There was no plan B. There is no business manager who took this thing by the balls and turned it around to some kind of great success that could at least be spoken of. Has anyone heard from Base Mama besides Bearing after this whole thing? Did it take somebody of Bearing size to contact her?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Base Mama, don't
else.
talk to me.
Base Mama talked to me at one time. We were friends. She couldn't call me up and say, "Hey, I'm having a little trouble. Could you come over here as a man and fix this whole thing for us, dumb?" Okay,
I got it.
Lady Thorn, go on with your story.
AP, let's call her up on the cunt phone. Wait, do we have a cunt phone?
We don't have a cunt phone. That's not going to work. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
We don't have one of those. We are sitting. Just imagine us sitting.
We need to talk to Schmeckel.
And Lady Thorn. Lady Thorn is
We've lost
once again
Lady.
gone. She's having some technical difficulties today, but it's okay. It's okay because I know the subject matter she was talking about. But before we do that, American Phoenix we have a $20 super chat we missed. It said, "Yay, Thorn is talking. I get my Vampire Queen fixed." American Phoenix, we want to get her back. She needs to come back. Implore her to come back with a brand new Wi-Fi signal, and she can continue her story at any point. Open invitation for her once again, and she is back. Hopefully with a strong connection. And before we get to test that, American Phoenix with another $5 says, "I agree with AP. Let's give that bird a Viking funeral and then eat it." That's right. Let's roast that motherfucker. That stupid ass, ugly ass fucking bird. You know what happened? That bird killed itself because Liz had it in a cage and it had to watch Liz play with herself in a room at night. And it really couldn't go anywhere to get away from it. The fumes from that sort of thing.
Don't worry. You can always look in your purse and find some hot sauce.
Liz is gonna eat that bird.
Hot sauce.
She's gonna eat that bird. Lady Thorn, you sound absolutely delicious. Please come back and finish what you were saying about Kilroy.
Fantastic. Cool. Well, I was saying, where does Kilroy go from here? It'll go forward, kind of like Rainforest and DashCon, but nobody's ever going to be able to piss in this ball pit ever again. I don't think there's going to be a separate YouTuber convention.
When you're getting compared to when you get compared to Rainforest and DashCon, the two most notoriously embarrassing excuses for a convention of the century, that's bad in itself. That might be time just to give up and drop off the map with it. Don't let it become a thing. Don't let it become a thing.
Shit is
It's
bad.
it's
Yeah.
better at this point to never become a thing and let it be a lesson. And this isn't as easy as you think it is. Than letting it become a thing where 7 or 8 people show up and it's really embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't care how high your IQ is. If you ain't gonna do well.
Oh, Einstein
You don't know how to
couldn't
do
fucking get this
this.
thing back on track at this point.
Nope. All right.
Well, thank you, Lady
Next
Thorn.
bit of drama?
Was okay? More drama. Bring that drama the fuck on. Let us know about it, Lady.
Oh
Thorn.
no! I have more. You know what? I can just actually stop it at Logan Paul. So
Are we
speaking
really
of shitty
ready
people,
for a Logan Paul?
Logan Paul went. What?
Are we really ready for?
Oh, he went to Aokigahara's forest.
Yes, the
No,
Japanese
yeah, he went to
suicide forest.
Aokigahara Forest. Yes, suicide forest, and he surprisingly found a dead body
Oh, shameful display.
in a place that's famous for having a lot of dead bodies. Over
Yes.
100 people a year kill themselves in this forest.
You bring
And
your
then he
fame upon
acted-
your memory.
Fright power, motherfuckers.
What?
I said fright
Then
power.
Logan Paul
motherfuckers.
and his little fright power. This guy might have died like 48 hours beforehand. Before, this human-shaped piece of garbage entered the woods, and then dude's acting like fucking surprised, and ability that could be surpassed by the hat-fused bottle of lotion on Zeff's desk.
Can I
Logan
ask you a
Paul
question, Lady
currently
Thorn?
wanted for questioning.
Before we go on, can I ask you a question? Now,
Sure.
do we just hate Logan Paul and we're looking for an excuse to kick him off the internet and shame him because he sucks? Or is it really that bad what he did? Did he hit it with a stick? Did he poke the body with a stick? Did he dry hump it while he made this video? I didn't see the video. What did he do to this thing to generate this much fucking hate?
He basically focused on this body. I watched this whole 15-minute video. It's a thing that's on my hard
Did he
drive
jack
right now.
off to it? Because
He's
they're
watching
acting
it.
like this
He's-
guy was doing the most terrible things to this body.
Acted completely, and he should have turned off the fucking camera the minute he saw that, but he's zooming in on the hands and being like, oh look, they're purple.
Let me ask you this.
And the thing that makes this really terrible, hey, hold up. The thing that makes this really terrible is that his viewer base is about 10 to 14 years old.
Which
So,
is a
so
pretty
it's
twisted
not a
age.
healthy message for the young children that he might be speaking to.
No,
Can I ask you a question?
it wasn't a healthy message. It wasn't refreshing.
So it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny, is what you're saying. Like I thought. I mean,
Think about this is fucking funny.
no, that's what I'm agreeing with you. So it wasn't fucking funny. He just stood there and made fun of a dead body. He didn't He didn't hit it with. He didn't dance with it or nothing.
What's the potential that it's been?
It could be
staged?
funny if I was there. I would have danced with it. I would have done Weekend at Bernie's shit with it all around Japan. And in the end, people would not be nearly as mad at me because I did something funny with it.
What's the percentage chance that this could have been staged? I mean, he found it 50 yards in from the tourist drop off.
I mean, no, I'm down to lynch Logan Paul because he's a piece of shit, emo little fucking punk fuck who deserves his ass kicked.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the other thing. He fucking went off the path that the Japanese government has set through the forest, which is a no-no in any fucking country.
The path, Logan Paul.
You shame your family.
Oh, you brought shame onto your family not walking the path.
Well, also, Aokigahara Forest is really super easy to get lost in, which is why the fucking path is there. It's super dense. There's not a lot of markers as to where you fucking are.
You seek Yoda, yes. Who?
I hear there are no birds that tweet in this forest. Do you concur?
Is that the forest that was in Mortal Kombat 2 with the trees that would roar at you and shit? Is that Aoka Huiki Forest?
This is the same forest.
Oh shit, was Reptile
No, just
there?
a lot of dead
Maybe that guy
people.
got fucked up by Reptile. You don't know. Maybe Reptile was out there.
Shh. Is Predator watching us?
No, that's a different forest. That's a whole
Oh, okay, my bad.
Predator
My
didn't
bad.
have the talking trees.
My bad.
So what is that? Tell us
And
more,
here's
Lady
the
Thorn.
kicker, AP. So, YouTube did not take this down. Logan Paul took this down on his own due to the backlash, despite the fact that this man's corpse was in the thumbnail of the video, and yet Keemstar and PewDiePie got their videos featuring clips from this video taken
and
down.
TJ Kirk and Birdman. Yeah, a lot of people did. The next day, I did know about that part
There's
because it
several
affects
people that did.
what I do. You know.
I'm curious. Is there any backlash?
This was according to.
They're protecting the golden boy.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is there any
According to
backlash from
Trusted Flagger?
Japan?
Yes, there is backlash.
No,
Japan,
try talking at the
but,
same
Trusted
fucking
Flagger,
time
who's a
again.
YouTube
Go, I want you to
volunteer.
be perfect. I'll do it too.
I'll zip out.
I'm having a really hard time hearing you guys.
I fixed it. Go on.
But yes, there's been backlash from Japan. He's actually banned from the country.
Banned from
He's
Japan.
banned from Japan, not just for this, but for generally being a piece of shit.
Now America dropped 2 atomic bombs on that country, and we're mostly allowed in Japan. You can stay for 90 days with no visa. You just go with your passport. But they kicked Logan Paul's bitch ass out. What was he doing besides this to get kicked out of Japan? I heard he was doing some real kind of faggy shit, like throwing Pokeballs at people and shit like that.
List of things that I remember off. Throwing Pokeballs at random people in cars, dropping his pants in the middle of a Tokyo crosswalk, fucking
All
around
things I
with
would
one
do
of
in
those
Japan.
like squid things, shoving all over someone, all over the clothes in a shop, and then leaving the carcass of the squid in the trunk of a taxi, amongst other things.
Confirmed, if you throw a Pokeball at a Japanese person, they are not Pokemon. You cannot catch Japanese people in a Pokeball.
Japanese people are not Pokemon.
We're learning so much, but they're so small.
This should be filed under educational.
Also, apparently, really, really hard to make them angry because some of the shit he was doing, I would have punched him for.
So you're one of those. You have a very high
Just
respect
general.
for the Japs, for Chinks. And
Dude,
Yeah, I have
Hey,
great respect for their ability to hold a temper.
When you look at
Kung
those,
Fu.
when you look at those railroads, are you not grateful?
not as grateful as I am when I drive through the South and see those plantations, man. I'm just like, oh, that was nice of you guys to
I appreciate
build these cities for us, man. Like, sorry about the whips. Hey, gotta take responsibility for what your fucking ancestors did, guys. Remember, that's what the SJWs say. When you pass by those plantations and sugarcane fields, you say, sorry about the whips, guys.
The sugarcane fields are in South America, man.
No, they're all over South Louisiana and
No.
Mississippi and
No.
I had to
And
work
South-
in
and
one
Florida.
as a kid. I guarantee there are
They're
miles
cotton.
and miles of sugarcane field in Louisiana.
All right, let's
And
move
cotton.
on.
And sugarcane.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, moving on.
Logan Paul, I've got to ask. Are they actually asking
for it.
him to come back to Japan just to kick him out forever?
Well, they want to ask him questions regarding the suicide at that whole. He's not in legal trouble. They just want to ask him questions regarding the man's suicide, since he's the one that found the body. That's all that was.
And
But then he's not allowed back.
Yes.
Never allowed back in again. They're probably just going to ask him some questions over the phone and just be like, fuck you, never come here again.
They let General MacArthur come back to Japan. And they're going to keep out Logan Paul. Well, you know what? I want to kick Logan Paul out of anywhere that I'm at. I agree with the Japanese. It sounded like just a good excuse to get rid of his bitch ass. And I hope that while he's there, he realizes that this is his last opportunity to die in the Ayoko Shirasawa suicide forest, and maybe considers doing what a Terminator cannot do and self-terminate.
All right, guys, I just want to throw it out there. If anybody wants to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, I'll be asking a question. Who thinks Logan Paul should commit Sudoku?
Seppuku.
Seppuku.
Lady Thorne was, I was about to say, if Lady Thorne's bandwidth was up to par, she would correct you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm Irish, man.
Yeah.
What do you expect from me?
I expect you to know the word seppuku. Lady Thorne, is there any other drama that you had for us today?
Yes, sir.
Please, what?
Yeah, there is, but
I'll take
unfortunately my
turns with
bandwidth is a dumpster fire.
Well, while you stumble up to getting some bandwidth, I will take control of this shit like I do with sex. I'm just gonna grab it by the back of the fucking skull, arch its back forward, and whisper in its ear, "I love you." And the way I'm gonna do that is by telling you guys that you're about to start seeing ads on the dash of your vehicle. Santa Clara auto tech firm Telenay has just announced an in-car advertising platform for cars that connects to the internet and wants to sell that to all major auto manufacturers. And they are already the people that do the smart connect in your car, the internet connection in your car. So it won't be that big of a. That's what it says here in this article is they're already producing Toyota, Lexus, Ford, GM, Cadillac. They're already using their technology in their connected cars and products, and the next step is they're going to offer you 2 ways to get their service. One, you can pay the regular price and you won't have ads, or you can pay a discounted price and get ads. And what will happen if you pay that discounted price and per month for that service or whatever they end up doing, and you receive ads, is that screen in your dash is going to show like a McDonald's ad. Fast food, for instance, is going to clean the fuck up doing this. You're going to be sitting in traffic and reminded there's a McDonald's on the next left McDonald's. Look at these pictures of burgers and fries and shit. You hungry? Man, you're not going to be able to go anywhere without getting advertised to now. Dolphin, are you there?
I am here.
Lady Thorn, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh my god. Fine. I sat right next to the router. This should be fine now.
All right, you do sound a lot better. Now, to prevent driver distraction, ads will only appear when the vehicle is stopped, such as at car startup, traffic lights, and upon arrival. So it will also connect to your GPS and know when you're going to come up to a traffic light so it can see the businesses in that area and advertise to your ass. Cookies times 2. Times 10. Kaoken cookies.
I don't think most of the women I've ever seen sitting at a red light would notice, because most of them are looking in their rearview mirrors. If you want to advertise to women, put the ads in the rearview mirrors while they're doing their eye makeup.
Oh yeah, like right in the corner there. I mean, I don't drive, but I've...
Well, obviously you're a woman. You can't drive.
You're the type paying for gas.
Nah, you're the type. Women love... Oh, women are such different creatures behind the wheel.
Don't irritate.
No, tell me this isn't wrong, Lady Thorn. If you're in the left-hand lane on a 2-lane highway, and somebody comes and... What speed are you going? Let's say the speed limit is 70. What speed are you going in the left-hand lane?
AP, I don't drive.
See?
She
perfect.
Can't.
She's the perfect woman.
I can't drive.
That's the safest option. Thank you very much, Lady Thorn. We appreciate your sacrifice for mankind. And the patriarchy. Service and sacrifice. Well, she has the right to drive. She's given it up for the greater good. That's a sacrifice. Thank you, Lady Thorn. And thank you once again to everybody in the chat. Dolphin, Thorn, why don't we go to the chat and welcome some more of the people who've joined us. 145 watching now for CNN, the Cunt News Network on Sunday nights.
And yet only 70 likes and 2 dislikes. Where the hell are our dislikes?
Stephen Blackman is very displeased.
Is he in the chat? Yo,
yes, he is. He's extremely displeased.
You guys better look fucking busy. Stephen Blackman will whoop your fucking... He ain't playing. You too, Crunk Goku. I see you out there.
He sent us $2 to tell us how displeased he is. Get on that, guys.
Wow. All right, guys.
Goddamn shame. And I expect better out of all of you. Especially people like Nick Hall, House in the House. People I know, people who've been with so many things we've been through together on these shows. And we've got 74, 75. Good, it's climbing. I am Cancer. He disliked because he wants to be edgy. Fact. That's fine. Haters got a job to do too. I like to be edgy too. I'm one of those people. Sir Keck, patriarchy. If Kilroy was run by men, it would have succeeded. I fully agree. It would have been a totally different situation if some men had run that. It would not only be successful, it would be the greatest convention ever conceived. American Phoenix says, Lady Thorn noticed me for $5.
Hello, American Phoenix. I'm happy to see you in the chat.
You got your fucking boyfriend sending you messages during the show now.
Hey, I have a boyfriend, you don't.
You're right, I don't have a boyfriend. That's not the point.
Would you like one?
No. Who the fuck are you, Dolphin Man? Why are you getting up off the couch to whisper in my ear about wanting a boyfriend? Don't ever approach me from behind again, my friend.
He's a dolphin. It's kind of their thing.
I had a dolphin come at me kind of strange in Cozumel one time, man. They told me he might have been a little,
I thought you were
popped
cool,
up.
man. I thought you were cool.
Not like that. Not like that means I smoke weed. It doesn't mean I get humped in the butt. You stay back. Stay back. We'll get to your segment momentarily.
All right,
Lady
yeah.
Thorne, do you have any more, now that we can hear you, do you have any more drama news, some Twitter drama news? The people out there fighting, throwing lefts and rights. Andy Worski's now the leader of white power, I hear.
Yeah,
What a wonderful
he blew
thing.
the doors off shit. He celebrated his 30th birthday by, topping YouTube's streaming page?
And starting a race war on 2 continents. Who would have thought that if a race war started in America and Britain, that Canada would be the one to start it?
Yeah, everybody
With
should go
one
and
live
sub to
stream.
Styx Hexenhammer, because he was the best part of that.
Six killed it, yeah.
Styx killed it. Styx,
Why?
Styx
Where
killed
was
it dead.
where was Sargon's power? His legendary power to shut down a guy like Richard Spencer.
Right? It's basically, he just degraded to ad hominem and flung it like turds at a crappy zoo.
He got sucked in pretty quick to playing Spencer's game.
He
And
really did.
Styx wasn't playing Spencer's game, and I salute you for that, Styx. Because as we all know, guys, where Richard Spencer, I almost called him, but I'll tell you all about that other guy. Where Richard Spencer went fundamentally wrong is he forgot that all petty divisions among human are irrelevant in the face of spectral superiority. My friends and neighbors, imagine a world where there are none of these divisions. You don't like Muslims? Great. We don't have any in the astral plane. You don't like Christians? Great. We don't have any of those either. Everyone's essentially the same except for their ideas. And that, my friends, is the path to entanglement. All hail Blue Whale. Get entangled today. Right supremacy is the right supremacy. Shut up, woman. I'm talking. You see how she got quiet? That's the power of the Blue Whale. Invite it into your lives. Put your wives in their place. Go on, Lady Thorne.
I was going to say that multicolored booty is the best booty.
Multicolored booty is substantial. But make sure you don't get tricked. Because some booty with the rainbow, you know what that means. Don't go following Pride Parade round. No, multicolored booty is wrong. You want translucent white is right, Lady Thorne.
Diversity
Bright power.
booty. Anyway.
Bright power to you all.
The Tara LaRosa fight was also canceled yesterday, which pissed me off because I actually slotted an hour to watch it. The Florida Athletic Commission called the SIPs and shut it the fuck down. Tara LaRosa was supposed to fight internet comedian, and I use that with air quotes that you can't see, Chris Zelinsky, and it's been deemed illegal by the Florida Commission despite the fact that it was supposedly just a sparring match and no one was actually making any money, and women spar against men all the time. So I think the only
who do you
issue...
think would have won, Lady Thorne?
Honestly, I'm pulling for Tara. She's the one with the training.
Well, I'm not saying who you were pulling for. Who do you think would have won?
Yeah, Tara.
All right, so you think legit Tara would have whooped his ass?
At the same weight, she has the training, he doesn't.
I don't disagree with you, by the way. It's not a loaded question. Chill out. We're just talking here. I'm
No,
on your
I'm not angry.
side. I just want to hear you explain it.
I'm not angry, and also, she's got the training. He doesn't. I think it would be a lot closer than some people are thinking it would have been.
So what about her? What about the way she moves in the ring? What about Tara makes you think she would be able to? Other than the fact that she is an MMA fighter. What specifically about her fighting style makes you think she would be able to just close this motherfucker down in one round?
Oh, I don't think it would have been one round. Like I said, it would have been a few rounds.
You think it would have taken a few rounds?
Yeah, everybody thinks she would have just knocked his teeth out, and there would have been blood on the
she
mat
never.
and shit.
She doesn't fight like that.
No.
The first time I've ever seen her throw huge power punches or hard ass or really go in is in the second and third rounds. The way I've seen her fight.
She's a decision fighter too. She doesn't have a lot of TKOs.
Well, she knows how to move in that ring. She knows how to breathe in that ring. She knows how to keep you on your toes. She has the thing I saw with Tara where she'd have trouble is she's got a very short trunk. She's got a very high waistline. She has to lean in to throw one of those huge haymakers, and to get power behind it, the type of power it's going to take just to throw a knockout punch. It seemed like a lot of those times she had to lean in, and they weren't always, when you go that way and have to throw that much behind it, it's not always the most accurate punch you're throwing. But yeah, I think Tara would have. I think she would have ended up putting him in an arm bar. She'd have ended up getting him to submit one way or another, gotten her fucking legs around his neck or her arm around his neck, and it'd been over.
I think she's a smart lady. I don't think she would have gone for a knockout. I think she would have wore him down.
Oh, I think she'd have worn
I think she'd have gone for a submit just to rub it in.
Well, there's a lot of things
Maybe.
fighters do, and what Tara does is she's a real fan of that tip tap shit to your leg. Just softening up your fucking lead leg, soften up your lead leg. So if you're a left-handed fighter, or if you're a right-handed fighter, you're typically going to have your lead with your left. That's how you're going to be jabbing. And what she'll do is she's real good at kicking that leg. By the end of the first round, that leg comes off like spaghetti. So I don't think he would have been prepared for shit like that. The little things that are the difference between an MMA fighter and their element. Now, could he jump her behind a bar? Yeah, and crack her neck? Yeah, probably. Yeah, in an alleyway? Yeah. But in the ring, Tara would have won. That's a sport. It's not life or, you know what I mean? Like, what he's counting on is, I am man, I'll grab her by the fucking head and rip it apart. You can't no, you won't. No, you fucking won't. You won't be able to get near her because you don't know how to jab. You don't know how to fight. You don't know how to move. You don't know how to feint.
Yeah, I knew it was going to go that way, by the way.
Yeah, you're a comedian, and you're not a very good comedian, sir.
Oh, no, he's not funny at all.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a funny comedian going up against her, I'd be on the comedian side. But, yeah, I mean, this piece of shit, this fucking hack. No, fuck, I wanted to kick his ass myself after I watched his fucking 8 minutes. Ugh.
Yeah.
Shit.
The more I hear him talk, the more I'm like, I really wish he would go for a knockout. Because it'd be so satisfying.
King Carl says, now King Carl Reed, Kumite World Champion, in the chat says that he thinks Tara would have gotten submission. Most likely a choke. I agree. It would have had to go down to that. She ain't going to knock him out. But yeah, if she can get it on the ground, he wouldn't have stood a chance. People don't understand how technical groundwork is and how much you have to. People think they can just, because they've watched some shit on TV, they can just they can lock in an arm bar. No, you can't.
Oh,
she's gonna get her.
He didn't even say that. He just said because I work out.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
He basically didn't even say that. He just said because I work out.
Because he works out. Well, she works out every day too. On that fucking mat, learning how to roll in and out of positions. What's going to come natural to her is rolling out of a lock. Things of that nature. She's going to know which way to turn her body, left or right. The natural way, I've found at least in training, the most natural way it feels to turn your body, a lot of times that's the wrong way to go. And you have to train your body to turn the right way to get in and out of shit. And then, man, without that knowledge, that simple, basic building block knowledge, and I'm not even a fighter. I'm just taking some lessons, you could say. Without even that, this guy's gonna get fucking killed in an MMA sport. No, okay, if you're gonna take him out behind a bar, drop one knife in between him, and say go. One of you walks away alive. He's got a lot better of a chance. Yeah, that's when his manhood could help him out, but not in that ring. No sir, no sir.
Absolutely not,
sir. My files show that he had a 97.7% chance of loss, sir.
His whole point was that there's no point in teaching a woman how to defend herself physically, and they all need guns because a man with no training can beat a woman with training. That's how this all came about.
Not necessarily. Yeah, no, he's wrong to say that, and I'm glad to see he was getting his ass kicked. So fuck him.
Yeah, this is important. This needs to happen.
I'm not convinced he didn't roll up there with like 20 grand and was like, "Look, Tara, 20 grand, just call this thing off." And she's like, "Shit, I got my honor to think about." She took the money and then she called the cops. They both got safe face.
I wouldn't be surprised if he called the cops.
That would be another way it could go. That could be another way.
More news.
No, Tara would have. Tara. In the end, Tara would have fucking cleaned that guy's clock.
Yeah. I got one more piece of news and then I'm done.
Break it off in us, baby.
So, Count Dankula trial's been put off again. It's really sad that the UK doesn't have a right to a speedy trial, so they can just keep delaying and delaying and delaying until either he has no more money or we forget about it. But, you know, the internet is autism, and it's unwise to test us.
I gotta ask, are they charging him every time they restart the trial?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's fucked up if that's the case.
Because
Well,
you say,
think about
like,
that poor pug who's got to live the rest of its life as a Nazi. That pug doesn't know any better. He didn't know it's a joke. That pug has to live as a Nazi the rest of his life.
Yeah,
Thank you as a monster. A monster, I say.
the real victim here is Buddha.
is
That's
it
the pug's name.
is it really? Is it really?
That is really his name.
I think
Have we asked the pug if he likes it better as a Nazi?
maybe the pug actually enjoys being a Nazi.
Yeah, what's Buddha's opinion on
Well,
it?
think about this though, Lady Thorne. Back in the day,
are you Nazi pug shaming?
but back in the day, Nazis had to like gas innocent people and fight a war and fight Americans who were there to stab you in the heart with our bayonets and shit. Today, Nazis fight like feminists and Tariq Nasheed. It's a little more fun to be a Nazi these days than it used to be. Let's just be honest. What's back in the day, Nazis had to worry about the Russians showing up in the middle of the night and killing you and all of your buddies in your sleep. Today, like, when's the last time Richard Spencer fucking had to worry about somebody killing him in his sleep?
They couldn't even kill him when he was awake.
Yeah, they couldn't even kill his argument in 4 hours.
Running punch, you couldn't knock him down.
Well,
Sticks
to be
tried.
fair,
Sticks tried.
If you let him talk some more, he probably would have killed his own argument. He was not doing great. Just let him talk.
Why didn't somebody just go? I mean, I would put me in a room with that. Please let me have a fucking quote unquote debate with that guy one of these days. I'm not even gonna address his points. He'd be like, "So what do you think about race realism?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, nerd. You got beat up by a lot of black kids in high school, didn't you? What high school did you go to?" I'll look it up and I'll be like, "Yep, about 78% African American. You got the shit kicked out of you, didn't you, white boy? And you never tried to fight back, and you're fucking scared because you're a fucking nerd. You should have thrown a couple of fucking punches. You wouldn't be so afraid today."
I need you to do me a favor. If you ever have that chance, please ask him how much Asian pussy he's had.
Asian? Hey, what am I supposed to look down on him if he says a lot? What? Like,
Well, it makes him kind of a fucking hypocrite.
Isn't his wife Asian?
well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, that's the reason the Germans and Japanese got along. Is the Germans were like, "Hey, come on, look at this, look at the women over there." Hitler was like, "It doesn't look exactly like in the manga, but
she's not Asian, but he's dated a lot of Asian women."
Well, you know, I mean, they had that Asian Nazi in Raiders of the Lost Ark too. I mean, they were pretty tight back in the day, the Asians and the fucking Germans. Well, at least the Japanese and the Germans. The Chinese kind of got the shit into that deal. Well, what are you gonna do? Nick Hall says AP the Frog versus Richard Spencer on the Kumite. I would call him a fucking nerd. I'd make him cry. I would make him cry. I'd take him all the way back to his childhood. I'd be like, let me ask you something. Your mom died when you were real young, didn't she? Didn't she? And you were raised with your stepmom, weren't you? Just fuck with it. Just fuck his head all up, dude. Like, yeah, how'd you know? Because I don't. That was a guess. I'm Cancer says Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler. I'm Cancer also says Sargon of Akkad. Failure accomplished. Joining us here in the chat. Failure. How's it going, failure?
149 viewing to 83 likes and 7 dislikes.
Well,
there is something wrong.
Well, the 82 likes are to represent the part of the stream that is me. And you guys are just not pulling your fucking weight. So if you could ask the people who came here for you to go ahead, step over there, it doesn't cost you a thing, smash that like button, help us beat the algorithm before the algorithm beats the show.
Yeah.
That will happen.
All those dislikes I got.
Smash that like button, folks.
Dolphin, that was a terrible idea letting you take control of that.
Yeah.
Lady Thorne?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You have no more news for us of the internet sort. I mean, we don't want to wish Andy Worski well on leading the new white supremacy movement. I hear
absolutely, and
Dusty
also
Smith tells me
birthday.
happy birthday, and thank you for taking over the white supremacy movement, Andy. I hope that you can make it a more progressive movement, a more inclusive movement to everybody. I'd like to see a little more diversity. You know, I mean, maybe get some black people involved in the white supremacy movement, Andy. I'm just saying. I know you're not against that because I know in Andy's heart he is against racism. So he's going to turn it. Basically, he's going to turn it to the white supremacy movement. He's going to remove all of those petty divisions and lead these people to white supremacy. And we could not be any happier. This is the day our fathers told us would happen.
It's come.
It's finally come. It's finally come. And you know what other day has come before we move on to our business and financial news with our man Dolphin Radio over here, who is I was moved to tears earlier. I've got a little more composure because it's not my first time hearing about this, but I understand if you need to take a moment. Disney, after making the SJW-friendly Star Wars movie, they have once again pissed off feminists, so they are no longer riding on the silver cloud of feminism and the progressive left. They're not going to protect them anymore. And it's for a rather dumbass reason. Disney is facing controversy after mom Emma Palmer took to Facebook to express her outrage and disappointment over a shirt she found at the Disney store. Would anyone like to guess what the shirt in the Disney store said that offended this mother so terribly?
Something to do with princesses?
Fuck women.
Lady Thorne's going down the right road. It wasn't fuck women in those words, but yeah, that's the way she felt about it. And Lady Thorne, not quite about princesses, but you are on the right track.
Fuck women in the hole they don't like to be fucked in?
It was.
I don't think they'd have that at the Disney store. I don't know. It just tells me that that's not very Disney friendly.
It was more innocuous than anything that you guys are thinking of. Like, it's the type of shit my daughter would have worn at 6 years old. It's a shirt, a little
I'm
white.
trans.
No, and fuck you. I said my daughter would have worn it, you piece of shit. She wouldn't have worn nothing saying she's trans.
Yeah, see, that's what made me guess that.
If my kid turned out trans, I would kill them and start over. I can make another one that looks just like them and hopefully doesn't have that problem. Now, it's just more difficult for me to deal with as a dad. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the kid. I mean, it's a personal choice. I'm in favor of abortion because it kills babies.
Up to 3 years old.
I'm just not in. I kind of don't like it because it gives women a choice. But yeah, anyway,
I'm in favor of abortion when a woman doesn't want to be pregnant anymore.
Yes, if it's my child, you're allowed to. Yeah, I don't want to have to pay
Maybe
2 cents of child support. But this isn't about me. This is about a shirt that simply said, "Shoes speak louder than words." That's it. It's written in sparkle. Shoes speak louder than words. And she says it sends a negative message to young girls.
That's a Cinderella reference, you dumb bitch.
Was it? Why you gotta call me a bitch?
No, her.
Oh, you're talking about her? Well, my pronouns are you and he. Could you please respect those? That when I hear that, I'm gonna know you're talking about me.
She wasn't talking to you. She was talking about you.
Respect
like all
my pronouns. Respect my pronouns.
Well, I didn't use your pronouns. That should be a clue that I wasn't fucking talking to you.
Yeah. Why you in like?
You know what, Thorne? I don't like your attitude.
Blah blah blah.
You don't like my head.
I don't like your attitude, young lady. I'm just saying.
Hey guys,
you're not my husband. Or my dad.
Hey, you're on notice.
You're not my
on notice.
supervisor. Hey,
you're on notice.
Professional newscast.
Who are these fucking people? Who are these people, everybody? Well, anyway. So apparently she posted the picture of the shirt on social media, and it must have been Facebook because apparently she got a whole lot of support. She says that it is just everything wrong. This is just everything that is wrong with messages to girls in a nutshell, Palmer wrote in her post. It's 2018. Surely it's widely recognized that the content of your mind and words you speak are way more important than your fucking shoes. Many people who commented also agree with Palmer. And because, she had to put that emphasis with your fucking shoes, you can tell she is, in fact, a common household bitch. A middle-aged mom who wants to seem really edgy and woke. So a bunch of people on Facebook say they're with Team Emma. They want Disney to remove the shirts. As of 1 o'clock today, the shirt was still available on shopdisney.com. So everybody, if you're not woke, if in fact you're based as fuck and you have a daughter, I'm sure these shirts will not only be cheap, but you'll be doing the right thing by putting more of them on the street. Because as we all know, Disney will cave to these pieces of shit.
AP, Cinderella's apparently sexist as fuck.
And let's dissect that. Cinderella, if I'm not mistaken, was a story about an abused child who was taken into a stepfamily. And then, how old was she compared to that prince? I just want to make sure we're not dealing with,
I think she was like 16.
16? And how old was the prince?
24, 25.
24, 25? Oh, you dirty motherfucker. Yeah, she broke curfew.
You know what you call that? You know what you call that, AP? Tight.
Was the glass slipper breaking like symbolic of anything that happened? So she had to run home right afterward.
Just
It
saying.
just took just right at midnight. Everything wilted and stopped. It's
All right, we're taking this too far.
Disney. Once again, we found out she was a fucking pervert. You bastard. Lady Thorne, are we correct about Cinderella? Was it a story about a girl losing her virginity right at the stroke of midnight, and so
Nope.
her pumpkin wilted, and her chauffeurs just turned into rats who crawled away, and she had to run home in shame
AP, it's sexist
with one
because
slipper
it
on,
involves
with one shoe on,
And the hair sticking
running down the
out.
street with one shoe on. Did she get raped? Did she get raped by that prince?
I mean, maybe that could have been one of the versions. Maybe
The
not
imagery is a little too creepy. I'm just saying.
It is.
Rape culture, guys.
You know, in
Rape
the
culture.
original version, the stepmothers actually cut off parts of their feet to fit in the shoe.
Yeah, the Chinese made an art of that. They would bind your feet since you were a little fucking kid, and they thought it was beautiful. Like, bound feet looked beautiful to them. It was a lesson in psychological conditioning of what is and isn't beautiful, if you think about it. So, I mean, if in a feminist world, we would do it almost the same way, except we would only let men around fat bitches, so they thought fat and ugly was beautiful, and then feminists could finally get laid. It's all part of the master plan, guys. Alex Jones told me all about it late night on a hangout. Yeah.
You can finally stop replacing your absent children with cats.
Well, these women have to take care of something after they drown their kids in the tub, Lady Thorne. It's just a fact of life.
Or coat hanger.
That's how you get serial killers. She
No,
starts
no,
with the
no,
fucking
that's
kid.
how you
If
start.
you don't let her drown the fucking cats, Lady Thorne, she's coming after your kids next. The cats are the go-between her own fucking children, and the children of others.
AP, calm down.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about killing babies and how it's done. You don't do it by drowning them, ladies. You
Yeah,
electrocute
then you
them.
wrap them in newspaper, put them in a shoebox, and keep them in the garage.
Thank you.
All right, you remember why the
get it.
CNN got shut down the first time?
No, I don't. I wasn't part of that. But anyway, our friend Dolphin Radio here has some shit to tell you about business and money and how to make more money doing businesses.
All right, well,
And he's
I
going to teach you about it.
I don't know if I can do that, but I'll do what I can. Here's the thing. Saudi Arabia this year is changing over. Their major oil production company, Aramco, is switching to an IPO and going public. You can now officially invest in Saudi Arabian oil, something that's never been available before. Saudi Arabia has been working on this since about October, and a major part of its reforms that are going on throughout the country. A lot of people have been arrested, thrown in jail, their assets have been seized, including, by the way, a major asset holder in Twitter who is sitting in jail, wondering what happened to his life. Let's have a moment of silence.
Nah.
Anyway,
Nah, how many people at Twitter put me in jail last week? I don't give a fuck about them going to jail.
we're going to go back to the dunes and all that shit that I'm presenting now. Anyway,
That's beautiful. Beautiful stuff,
isn't it,
Dolphin.
though? Yeah, I draw this stuff. This is what I do for a living.
It's amazing. The
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah, the detail. It's amazing. Anyway, so Saudi Arabia is going to be transitioning to a publicly traded oil company. They're going to be investing. I've seen estimates from anywhere between $5 billion and $2 trillion worth of their oil reserves. You can purchase this later in 2018. They've just taken the legal steps required to make themselves a publicly traded IPO.
I have a question,
which-
Dolphin, before you continue.
Go on.
Now, is it or is it not true that Saudi Aramco is essentially owned by the Saudi Arabian government? It's the
It is.
official. What are the ramifications of a publicly traded company on the open market that is owned by the government and run by the government, as far as regulations and oversight and shit like that we have here? What do you think? Isn't that kind of ripe for fraud? I mean, that doesn't seem. Something seems off.
You know, if you
I just did the math and shit don't add up, my friend.
I gotta tell you, if you look at Saudi Arabia and you're not already asking about fraud, then you're about 10 years behind the mark.
Oh, I am. That's why I immediately knew not to trust these fucking Arabs.
Yeah, so you're done. Like, there's no point. There's gonna be corruption. There's gonna be fraud. Let me get this video off of this guy's face because he's ugly as
He
shit.
is an ugly
I have a
motherfucker.
question.
Yeah, back to the
Lady Thorne has a
desert.
question.
I have a question.
Go on.
So, if something goes tits up with this company, are you actually able to sue them? Because they're technically a government. Well, they are a government, not technically a government. They are.
They are an international corporation. They've been switched over. They are I forget the exact classification, but basically they are liable for what they do. They're going to keep producing oil. The Saudi Arabian government is going to have control over how much oil they can produce on a year-to-year basis. So there will be government oversight and regulation. The Energy Council, I believe, is going to be overseeing it.
So the Saudi government will be setting the price for Saudi oil barrels.
They're going to be setting the production quantity. So essentially, yes, they will be setting the price, but the price will be based on how much oil is produced. And if the government steps up and says, "Look, I need you to cut production to 10%," then the price of oil is going up. They have the most
oil of all. Why haven't we just invaded Saudi Arabia?
They are our ally. We have a tremendous number of lawful and legal deals with them. And yeah, they treat their people terribly. Yes, they violate tremendous numbers.
We could free them all.
But, you know, I have to have a lot of faith in the current leadership of Saudi Arabia. If you haven't been paying attention, Saudi Arabia has gone through kind of a transformational stage in which the former leader of Saudi Arabia basically wanted his son to rule. But according to the rules of Saudi Arabia, his brother was going to be coming into power after he died. So he kind of said that's not going to work anymore. Things changed up. The son is a reformer. He's very much one of these type of people who wants to bring Islam into the 21st century. He's one of these people that wants to make Saudi Arabia an international and modern country.
Take part in some of that good money and respect that UAE is getting around the world.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's on board with, you know, kind of changing and maybe influencing some of the clerics and some of the people that are telling people how to behave according to their religion. And this has been a great thing. That's why we call him a reformer. He's I have a lot of faith that he's going to come up as one of the Peter the Greats of Saudi Arabia. So we'll see how he does. And in side news, if Saudi Arabia oil investments is not to your liking, don't forget you can always invest in those wonderful things we love to call cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrency. Now, for those of us who don't know what the fuck that is, why don't you give us a little summary of what the fuck that is? So how to make money with that shit. You're going to teach people how to make that money. Well, you're not going to teach them, but you're going to show them what it is. They can go learn more about it themselves, apparently.
All right, so here's the thing. I am not a fiduciary. I've done my legal work right there. I am not a fiduciary. That means I have no legal respect for your gains or losses. I'm not getting anything when you invest money and lose it. I'm not getting anything when you invest money and get more money. But the thing with cryptocurrencies is these are digital form currencies. If you don't know, you can check out. There's some links in the description. Understanding cryptocurrencies, that kind of stuff. Wonderful stuff. But I've got to admit, some of the wonderful coins that are coming out this year, got to be careful with these things. I want to give you guys all a heads up. I'd say 9 out of 10 of the upcoming cryptocurrencies are not worth putting your money into. As far as looking into cryptocurrencies, I'm going to be talking about them all year because 2018 is going to be the year of the digital coin. You guys are going to see some crazy shit happening in this cryptocurrency market. Out of all the markets, it's the best. It's coming out. It's going to be jumping into the stock market later this year. I'm sure of it. The DAO will probably include a crypto sector for it. And for the record, I will be producing a video later this week on my own channel, Dolphin Radio, called Understanding the DAO. And I'll also be adding a bonus section about what will happen if cryptocurrencies are added to the DAO. So look forward to that. In the meantime,
now, Dolphin, I gotta ask what everyone, myself and everyone in the chat is asking themselves: how the fuck can I scam people out of money with this shit?
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. First, you need to get a job. Do you have a job?
No.
Son of a bitch. Do you have any Do you have any money?
Yeah.
Do you have any money that you don't have allocated towards other expenses?
I have many streams of income, sir.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take some of the money that you want to invest and you want to go, okay, out of all the money I want to invest, I'm going to take this portion of it and I want to put it into cryptocurrencies.
And by streams of income, I mean customers I sell to.
And are these jobs called blow? You know what? I don't need to know. The point is,
I'm trying to wash this money. Can I do it with Bitcoin?
You're fucking it up.
the point is, if you have some extra money that you'd like to invest into things that will make you money, I would say take at least a third of it, at least a third at this moment. If I could switch my 401k over to pure crypto, I would do it, but I'm not. I would say take at least a third of your income that you're willing to invest in other stuff. And I am not a fiduciary. You are responsible for your own investments. And I would say start looking into crypto. That is an excellent market to start putting your money into. My current call for the day, and once again, not taking sides here, not benefiting anybody, but I'm going to go ahead and outline my favorite pick of the day. It is the digital coin. Let's see if I can find it here. Are you guys looking at my screen?
Nope.
I gotta be honest, we were all watching Medicare's video and waiting for you to get to an interactive part like this. Now, what's your favorite one? You were saying you were going to show us your pick of the day, digital coin.
Yes, digital coin is my pick of the day. This guy right here.
And why is this guy right here so fucking special?
Because we're looking at a market cap of about 3 million, but you're only sitting at about 13 cents a coin, which means it's at the bottom. It's at the very beginning. Digital coin is looking like it's starting off. It's starting off strong. It's starting off well, and it's going in the right direction. We got green across the board as far as growth and as far as investment. It's definitely got a lot of attention. It's definitely got a lot of potential, and it's definitely got a good market cap. It's a low market cap for the number of coins that are out there, which means that at this point, it's time to buy in.
And when would you want to, how would you know when to sell back out and get your fucking money? And furthermore, how could we scam people out of their money so our viewers can get their hands on some of this good fucking crypto dollars you got here?
It's really
and
easy.
Can we make failure bucks? We want the fail bucks. For me and Failure Accomplished, want to sell failure bucks.
Absolutely. You know what? And I'll give you 4 words that'll make everything real easy for you. Buy low, sell high.
That's the easiest 4 words of them. Buy low, sell high, just like with your stocks and your bonds. And the opposite, you don't want to sell drugs when you're high. You want to sell drugs when you're low and buy them when you're high. You know, but in any case, that sounds. And you're saying that your pick of the day.
My
people
pick
want to
of the
get
day,
paid is this fucking digital coin up here, number
Digital
6 to 18.
Yes, number
It's
6.
I see he's got some green numbers over here on the right. That means it's doing good.
That is, and it's doing exceptionally well. I am very impressed with this particular cryptos.
So, I mean, our friend Dolphin can't tell you what's the fucks to do because he's not, a stocks brokers and nothing like that. He would be liable. But I can tell you that it do look pretty. It's got some green numbers over here. That might be where you need to fucking put your money, in the green numbers. Stop being a schmuck and putting them in the red numbers like a cocksucker. Like half a fucking fag or something. Stop it.
If everything fucks up, you can't sue Dolphin.
Politipod has joined us. Politipod, did you have some news? Did you have
What's
some?
up, big guy? How's it going?
I'm amazingly, wonderfully fucking entertained and aroused, and I'm gonna have to play with myself right after we get off the fucking news show here. Thank you for joining us, Politipod. I assume you'll be talking politics because that's in your fucking name, right?
No, I'll be talking about military news. A little bit of politics is mixed in with that, though.
Military news. Are you in the military?
I am.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask if you were gonna say no. I was gonna ask what the fuck would you know about it. But hey, what the fuck would I know about it too, right? Tell us some military news. Did you guys finally you got the fucking packages I sent you?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. No, so first news story that I brought up here. So South Korea and North Korea are now talking about making a phone line directly to each other's capitals. So just in case a war does break out, they have a direct line, and there's also going to be a tie-in line with the White House. Now, this is something that hasn't been happening in North Korea since like the 1960s or 70s, whenever they just like cut off to all ties, and they've been it's whenever Kim Jong-il took over. So Kim Jong-un's papa.
So wait, the North and the South Koreas will be able to talk to one another direct with a fucking phone line.
Mm-hmm. That's great. It's kind of like the hotline that was set up between the Russians and the Americans during the Cold War.
And you're saying that so like if we were to launch fucking nukes and tell South Korea about it ahead of time so they didn't get fucked up, they could rat us out to North Korea.
This is true. They could do that, but
those fucking cunts.
fucking cunts, pieces of shit. I knew those goddamn Koreans were rats.
I'm going Starship Troopers with them, man. I'm from Buenos Aires. I say kill them all.
Oh man,
go on with the Politipod.
Yeah. So no, like this is and it's big news because the Winter Olympics. I'm trying to think if it's the Winter or the Summer Olympics that are coming up inside of Korea are going to be, if I'm not mistaken, across borders. So it's going to be the entirety of Korea, not just North, or not just South, or not just North. So it's going to be both of them intertwining and running events. So that's like a precursor to what's going on there. So that's just a little bit of news on that. I just
my sources say to be very suspicious of the Winter Olympics in Korea and what may be happening at the Winter Olympics in Korea. Now I don't know shit. If something happens, it was just a fucking scumbag who told me something. But he seemed pretty confident about that shit.
I mean, after Russia, I'm just suspicious of the Olympics in general.
Well, it's funny that you brought up Russia because here's another news story that I was looking at from Newsweek, written by a man named Damian Sharkov. It looks like Russian military actually used the Syrian war as a way to train its forces and learn U.S. combat moves because the U.S., at least to their knowledge, uses the same combat moves that they use for the actual military, for their rebel forces inside of Syria. So it's kind of cool that things were thinking that, but that's not necessarily true. It's a bit concerning that the Russians were just using it's a pretty big war. Like that was on the escalation path to World War III. To be quite honest, it was getting very dangerous, hot and heavy over there, and a lot of countries are now trying to gear up against Russia, and that's kind of a risky maneuver to do, the whole training against the U.S. shit. But there's other ways to go about it. But it was a slippery slope there. They got to cross it all right, but it's kind of concerning that they know at least current tactics. They know some of the ones that we've used before.
Politipod, man. Do you think there's fucking war on the horizon?
I don't think there's war on the horizon just yet, especially not with Russia. I think Trump and Putin have a good enough relationship that there's not going to be a war. Now, North Korea, on the other hand, I'm liking the phone idea. I think the phone idea is probably that situation over there for right now, but
maybe
I'd say we're closer.
Let them talk on the phone a little bit, and then you'll fix things.
Exactly right. Exactly. Diplomacy's got to work at some point.
That's not a bad theory. I gotta stop you. American Phoenix for $5 says, "Can we get Thorne's face cam back? If I'm driving, if I die watching this, let's make it worth it." Lady Thorne, if you're gonna be sitting there quietly, could the people see your face? They're out there killing themselves on the highway.
I can at least try. We'll see how long my bandwidth holds up. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it tonight.
Who the fuck knows? There's no telling out here what the fuck's wrong with it. I got to storm over my fucking house.
RCN is shitting the bed. I don't know.
So we got telephone service set up between North and South Korea. AT&T is going to fix that situation out there. Maybe they'll be able to order things out of the Sears catalogs and whatnot in North Korea. It'll settle these motherfuckers out. We can broker some peace. And the White House is going to have a listen in on this line. They'll be able to tap it and listen to it and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's going to be three-way conversations with
those
U.S.
cocksuckers sneaking things past us.
No. If they do not want us in there, I'd say it's probably not really a good idea for just those two to be talking alone. A lot of the time, especially with the North Koreans, the South Koreans like to
place bets, shit like that. Yeah, Asian people like to gamble.
They back down a lot whenever they're talking directly to North Korea.
Okay, well, it's like your big brother.
Yeah, no, you're right. They have a better military than them, but the South has a much better economy than them.
Well, the South could also call on the U.S., who's got 100 times the military than North. We could flatten that fucking country on a whim. You're
not fucking wrong. You're really not. Maybe a weeks-long war, but the heavy casualties in the South, that's the thing that people don't understand about South and North Korean war. We would be able to destroy them if we weren't worried about civilians. It's the thing that we had to worry about civilians is what's not that war is because if we went to war with them, they would just wipe out Seoul.
Now, didn't Trump promise that we wouldn't worry about civilians? We would just rain death upon them in ways the world had never seen? Shit like
Fire
that.
and fury, yeah. I mean, if he's got a plan that I don't know about.
I think the plan is just to rain fire from the sky in a very precision way.
I mean,
which we have the ability to do, to my knowledge, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Pod.
We have aircraft carriers.
So why do we let these fucks survive? They're just out there playing StarCraft and shit. They're Korean. Fucking, there's plenty of them. We got all the Koreans we need already in San Francisco.
Let me explain to you why, AP, because not many people know this. Seoul has a lot of bigger businesses in them. So your Samsungs,
your Sanyos and your Samsungs and all that, yeah. And
yes, exactly.
To find people at Blizzard would be very upset.
Hyundai.
Yeah. Question for you, Pod.
Kia.
If Trump were to rain down death from above, how much damage do you think North Korea could do to Seoul before they got wiped the fuck off the planet?
They could shell it.
It depends on what their.
They could nuke it or shell it.
Well, I'm not too worried about the nukes because the nukes that they have they're really not good, especially if they don't know how to actually use them.
Yeah, but they're just the type of nuke you can put in the back of a fucking truck. They're that old style shit.
Well, the nukes that they have, you have to the way that nukes most hurt. It's not from the explosion itself; it's from the radiation poisoning.
Yeah, you detonate it in the air.
So the thing that happens, right, is that if you don't have the right wind current, it really does not work. So if your wind is going the opposite direction, that shit could. It's like if you shoot something on the border of North and South Korea, and the shit's going the wrong way, it could float back up into North Korea and fuck up your entire country. So they have to.
Failure accomplished. Wishes everyone a happy emotional connection. The Cunt stream actually made it into Medicare's video, so we can all go take a look at that when we're done.
Yes,
not a moment before.
But Thorne, to answer your question, it really depends on what their radar capabilities are. So if they can detect that U.S. is scrambling fighters and shooting off missiles at them to destroy their missile capabilities or artillery and stuff like that, they would probably be able to wipe out Seoul at an exponential rate. But if they have shitty radar, which I imagine they do, because they don't really get much military equipment from anyone except for the Chinese, I'd say it's minimal casualties, hopefully. But I don't know all the plans for this stuff, and even if I did, I couldn't really talk about them on air. But I'd say right now, I would say it's probably 50-50 chance of either them getting pretty much decimated or them having minimal casualties, and the U.S. wiping out the North Korean forces before they even get a chance to go into South Korea.
I heard a theory that the most effective way that North Korea could deliver a nuke would be to somehow still have access to one of the tunnels that was dug under the DMZ back during the war and deliver it that way.
It really depends on if it's guarded or not, because what they could do theoretically, I don't know if they had the miniaturization process that it has for nukes. I know they have the warhead capability, but there's these thing called dirty nukes that a lot of people don't know about. So basically you can pack a nuke into a briefcase, you can walk into a city center, push a button, light it off, and boom, there goes the town.
That's
But
1,000
it's like
times more terrifying than my idea.
exactly. Well, that's the thing, right? You know, that's the part about the wind current, right?
Dolphin
So
Radio.
Yes,
If you
sir.
don't stop fucking eating,
My mistake, sir.
I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna
They're
choke your
throwing
little
the fish
dolphin
treat.
neck.
fish treats.
This is
No.
my show. It's my show. Stop it. Go on with the politipods.
Yeah, but like it's like with the wind current. If you don't have a smart enough person to go and do that, and you also have to have someone who's willing to risk their life for the country of North Korea, you know,
I'm not willing to die for a Korean.
I'm not
sorry.
willing to die for either Korea. I'm willing to die.
I'll
for
die for
America.
Korean Americans like a motherfucker, but I ain't dying
yeah,
for a
though.
Korean. You
Hell
know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, not my style.
You know,
Well, that's a great. We've had a great military dissection and estimations and smart guy stuff out of the fucking politipod over here. We learned about cryptocurrency. We talked to Lady Thorne about drama going on the fucking internet. We've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes. I'll have to ask our producer. Somebody asked the fucking producer to put in the chat how long we're supposed to go here, so I know when to wrap the show up. Because this is normally when I would wrap things up and bring them to an end. But I don't know if I'm allowed to do
I
that.
think,
talked about drama on
honestly-
the internet while my internet gave me drama. It was great.
The internet, give her more drama to talk about. New and better drama for next week. I want two of you out there listening to each other. Kill each other. Somebody kill somebody else so we can talk about that next week.
Oh my God, Logan Paul, please kill yourself.
oh god, don't.
And Logan Paul will go make a video.
Yes.
Let him of whichever one of you dies. He'll laugh
fuck
at
the
you. He'll
revival.
poke you with a stick.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul fight to the death. That's what I want to report about next week.
I hope the whale heard that and blesses you with your request. Mr.
Can we
Dolphin,
Can we get a GoFundMe for that going? I'm just curious. Like,
you
do
can't
think...
GoFundMe assassins. Trust me, I've tried it before.
No, it's not an
The
assassin.
GoFundMe will
Like,
be in my Streamlabs.
it would be like a tontine, you know, for the Paul brothers. Just the two of them. And everybody donates, and whichever one lives gets half the profits, and the rest of us, you know, we get to like put the other half of the profits to putting together a high quality production of one Paul brother killing the other Paul brother. I don't know, but I think it could sell.
The Cunt stream does not like endorse tontines.
I don't know what the fuck a tontine is. What are you talking about?
It's a very illegal form of betting. It's basically like a group of people put a bunch of money in a pile, and the last person that's still alive gets it.
Oh shit!
Because
Oh
it
yeah,
encourages murder.
Colonel Potter in MASH was in
Yes.
on one of those fucking things. Yeah, and he got the bottle of the scotch, and he drank with the fucking Hawkeye and the McIntyre and the fucking Loretta Swit with the jowls. Oh, Houlihan was her name. That old fat bitch.
You know,
we
she
loved
started-
Houlihan.
She started her
It's
own
Kind of
restaurant
encouraging of murder.
called Hula Hands.
Oh shit! Really?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, the owner of Hula Hands.
Wasn't there also
It's-
an Officer Houlihan in fucking Police Academy?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes, there was.
Bitch with the big fucking titties.
Yeah.
Did
Oh
she
no,
have
that was
Yes.
no.
Movies?
Was it Hula Callahan?
No, that was the
Officer
black
Callahan.
girl.
And Hooks was the black.
There was a
girl with the
Houlihan,
squeaky
too.
Voice and the Callahan. Yeah, no.
Oh, Hooks was my favorite.
Fucking Police Academy. Well, goddamn guys, thanks for joining us tonight with the Cunt News Network. I think we all learned a little something. We know what cryptocurrencies are. We know that if it's in the green, we can't officially tell you what to buy. But this fucking smart guy over here implied a couple of fucking things we won't go over because we don't want to get people's in trouble. We're glad to have you here, Lady Thorne, with all the drama. We want a couple of you in the chat to murder some people this week so we can talk more about that. That's not technically advocating for violence because you don't
No.
have to be violent about it. You can always poison people, things like that. Non-violent ways to kill people are what we're going for here. We have the Politipod with us.
You can kiss him on the forehead.
You can kiss him on the fucking forehead. You can feed him to Liz Reptile. Do what you gotta fucking do. Politipod's here. Every other stream I've ever seen Politipod on, people yelled at him and mocked him and told him to shut up. But we didn't do that here on CNN, and we'll see how that works out. And we thank our producer Schmeckel for having us here tonight and doing the fucking news. I am AP the Frog. Bright power, cunts. And we'll see